Hello everybody and welcome back to our Borg Collective RimWorld. My name is Optar International and I'm going to kick things off actually. They are all asleep. We've got Bradley here. In the last episode he tried to raid us. He's from the Kazon sect. We got his resistance down to 0.5. So I'm pretty sure that in this episode we're going to be recruiting this gentleman, which means we are going to need another good bed for him. I'm going to queue up 3 more beds and have Santos here jump straight on that. The rest of them, yeah, in the last episode we started to get our external wall up and running, but the production of sandstone blocks was a little bit stifled. Probably could have started that a bit sooner. In hindsight is a wonderful thing. Of course. Can you just hold that in for me so it's not outside deteriorating? Dankeschön. And you're running your errands. One moment please, if you wouldn't mind just cleaning this bedroom up a little bit before you leave. Got blood and guts everywhere. And there we go, we are running through. Before you start doing that, can you start hauling this for me? Lovely. And then come back and get another handful, and then after you've done that, before you start planting guys, I want to get you to haul all of this rice in. You do not have a full stack. I'm going to get you to come out to here. And then Samantha, you could just haul that. And that. Now it's abundantly clear to me the fact that they can't haul all of this in, that we have run out of space in this little area. So what we're going to need to do is finish working on this area as well. So Carl, if you wouldn't mind sir, I would like you to do that. And then hopefully that gives you enough wood. Santos, yep, there you go. You see Bradley's resistance has now been broken, so his resistance is now 0.0. The next time Santos talks to him, he's probably going to be with us. I would like you to do these actually, as we need to get this bed sorted. Can you do that one as well, just while you're at it? And do all of that. Yeah, so we should have a new recruit this episode, definitely. Hoping for a good bed, but we only got normal, as per usual. Do we have any more urns out here that we can haul back to make these rooms slightly nicer? Goes there. And I want one in the guest bedroom as well, even though she's not going to be with us forever. Finish this please, Santos. And if you're only going to haul enough for, you've done both, that's good. Right, you're now doing that. Can I get you to roof this now, as that is all enclosed, except for this, but that's why I've built the door here. So this bit is currently outside because I haven't finished the coolers, and then this part here is just unroofed but indoors. So we'll use this area as a stockpile temporarily, or like an overflow stockpile. And then the rest of the time, if you come down here and start, then when Santos joins you, what's this one? This one is normal as well. Great. Chunks of a spacecraft. Excellent. It's not too far away. Yeah, we'll remember it's there. Come on, a good bed. Good bed. A poor bed. Ugh. Okay. Do that for me, then you can do that, and then you can do that, and then you can sort yourself out, which you probably won't need to. But that is for our friend Bradley here, when he becomes not a prisoner. Once he has been assimilated into our collective. Wait. And then do it. Thank you. I did notice as well that I needed to do that heater, that vent, sorry, open it back up if we are going to be entertaining. What was that on food? Because that is the priority. It's not 10 yet, so that's why we've not done that. Can you prioritise and then open the vents? Who were you feeding? Diana, that's useful. Diana, not really sure. So you can feed and then do that afterwards. Carl, go away. Nobody wants you here. Well, while you're stood next to that, bring a handful. No, barely. Ooh, another raid. 5 minutes in. Let's go. They're attacking immediately. Kazon sect again, and we've got Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, coming in with a club. Not going to bother checking her out just yet. Would like her to not attack any of this and instead come and attack us. Let's see where she goes. She's going to attack something stupid, isn't she? Oh no, she's coming straight for us. She is coming straight for us. Samantha, if you wouldn't mind doing the dirty work. Come on this side. And hopefully you're going to go across this corner. Lovely. And you're downed as well. Perfect. Tattered clothing. You do know, Bradley. Body modder appreciation. What does that mean? Trigger happy body modder. Feels limited in her feeble human body. She often dreams of being enhanced by artificial body parts. Well, you've come to the right place, my dear. You are incapable of intellectual dumb labour and cleaning. We desperately need a researcher. Very good at art. Very good at cooking, mining and constructing. So I can actually take Samantha off of cooking here, which is useful because she also has a double passion. That's excellent. Let's bung you in there for now. Samantha, you may as well do it. We're going to take your meals, your crappy club, and your herbal medicine. But that is another successful raid. Santos, I would immediately like you to go and start doing that though. And prisoner, we're going to recruit. You are 3 hours away from death. Right leg cut off, that's good because you're going to get a prosthetic. Prioritise tending to Buffy, please. And then in which case, Carl, you can tidy up after all of this, which I have no space for. We did know that though, we already knew that. I'm going to just go ahead and put this bed in here now. This one, I'm thinking I can maybe take the poor ones down, deconstruct them. Yes, Carl, if you could do that for me, then that would be great. And that is them. And then if you could do that for me as well. And it's bedtime. But your bedroom is directly opposite, so it does make sense. Alright, I'm just going to finish that off as well. What have we got by the way of wood in here? 85, so it's more than one stack anyway, so I can just leave that. Wildlife, have you done anything in your time since you've taken out hair? Lovely, we'll get Samantha to deal with that straight off the bat. Are you now fully healed? Yes, you are. Good. And recruit, yes, I'm going to feed. No, we can do that in the morning after Santos awakens. Diana, can you oh, you're still injured. How long? 28 out of 30, not long at all. Now ordinarily I don't like keeping prisoners together, because they will tend to, hello, bye bye, thanks for coming, off you go. You can get a little relationship boost from her leaving the map with her health intact. Butchering, yes please. And Buffy is no longer incapable of walking. I did leave him on that by mistake last time. And what can we do here? Because that means all of the stuff that you butcher. Can I merge that? And that. And that. Just creating some space here for us to put the additional meat in. So I had to micro it a little. That can go on top of that. Stop running away. And anything else? See anything that's jumping out at me immediately? No, I think that's everything that we can actually merge. That means that she can basically just put the hare meat indoors and then come and haul this afterwards. We haven't got any more. Oh yeah, we have got a little bit left to sew. At which point, if you could go and haul the rest of this back in for the time being, and then very shortly this is all going to be roofed over, and we will be able to start sorting out this stockpile so that it's just food and perishable items in here, and then everything else will just go in here for the time being. Obviously I've left the gaps for the vents because eventually we will have this as a livable area, hence the bed, and it's going to be pretty much identical to this. It's going to have a freezer here in the middle. This is actually going to be where my chess table goes, along with something else. I forget what it is. Poker table? It's not poker table. Oh, maybe I'll just put 2 of those in. Can't remember how I normally do it, but I mean it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Yes, if you could do your job, that would be swell. In fact, while she is like that, I can give you a peg leg. Still peg leg, right leg, right leg. And we are going to use purple. No, we'll go with normal meds, and then what you can do is you can operate on her. And I'm just waiting until Carl has finished roofing this area. New recruit, there we go. Good lad, Bradders. 1 patient awaiting treatment, and you are going for a walk. So that's now your bed, which is good. This one now belongs to Bradley. It's the same as everyone else's. Awful. Awful, minus 57. Minus 7, 9, 9. We might need to start looking at getting some flooring in. There's a lot of dirt in there and in there. What is Samantha doing? Just out of interest. Sewing an area. What's eating that? I couldn't even tell you what it would be. She is now digging at the compacted steel. So in the meantime, what I actually want you to do is come and clean these rooms up, just so that they're a little bit nicer. The ones with dirt in them. Just come and do all of that. And then Carl is now almost finished with the roof area. Oh, I needed to give Bradley some work priorities. Almost forgot. You're actually a better warden than Santos, so I'm just going to let both of you do it. You're not a cook, that's for sure. I'm just going to take everything off. And you are a miner, so you can actually... I'm going to do the same thing here. So they both do that, and then she is no longer reverting back to that. But Bradley is attempting to recruit Buffy. Can I help you with something? Have you just gone and put anything on? You haven't. picked up a package survival mill, that's what you've done. I would like to give you this knife. It's slightly more DPS than a club, I believe. And DPS is damage per second for those who... For those who don't know, DPS stands for damage per second, I believe. I might be wrong. Not sure. There you go. And you are coming out here to mine. Fantastic. That is exactly what should be happening. Santos, I just wanted you to do that quickly and then operate on wrong person on Buffy. We're going to give you a peg leg straight away because you're a body modder, so you're going to want to have a modified body. One piece of wood, lovely. And we're going to see if he fails catastrophically. He did not. And got his medical up. Lovely. So you should no longer have the body modder debuff, which you do not. You're actually pleased with your new peg leg, even though it offers 60% efficiency. If you lose a leg, that means that your moving is at a constant 50%. So even though it's just a peg leg, which is essentially a bit of wood for a leg, it increases you by 10%, so it is naturally more efficient to have a peg leg than it is to have no leg. And that's why I did it. Where is Mr. Carl? You're hauling sandstone to that. Yes, I'm going to do a middle piece. So you carry enough. And then on your way back, just going to make you a bit more efficient. Is Santos heading out this way? He is not. Bradley is resting for some reason. Did I? Oh no, you're still fine. Assign, let's get you to attack, and don't need animals. Done. Right, okay. You're obviously on the wrong sleep schedule, so I'll let you sleep for a little bit. And you can haul this. Why don't you carry everything? Man needs to grow. Might as well do that while you're here. 51 in it. And then if you can haul this for me. And that as well, thank you. Santos and Samantha are playing horseshoes. What's everyone else saying on their tiredness? Just for a comparison. So you need to sleep probably until about 6 o'clock. So I'm just going to quickly put this on here as a work specific at 6 o'clock, just so that it makes Bradley wake up at 6 basically, because that's in 1 hour, and then he should be on the same sleep schedule as his Borg counterparts. Samantha, can you just do this for me whilst you're here? That'd be great, as you are our gardener. Yeah, you can probably do all of that. Carl, without a handful. If you only pick up 5 though, I'm going to change that. You only picked up 5. Okay, let's do more than 5 at a time. And start from that end. Santos attempting to recruit Buffy, that's fine. And then afterwards, if you were to pull this bit out. Whatever. interesting. I need to change that back quickly for Bradders. Could you haul some of it? No, actually, if I haul that back in, we're going to have even less space. So I think the next thing on the agenda would be to start sorting all of this crap out. Now, I need like an outside space where I can store steel. Let's put it here. So just overnight, I'm going to let them play through and do what they've been told to do until, well, through bed pretty much on 1 speed. Just so that the game still moves along while I'm just setting up all of these stockpiles. And I'll walk you through it. So we've got steel going outside. I just leave everything as normal preference, but I specify exactly what needs to go in each one. So this one, for example, is going to be just steel. This one's already blocks, except for the sandstone blocks. Otherwise, the person doing the chopping will go there and then get a chunk, instead of just going to get the chunk and dropping it on the floor. Because we're going to be using these almost immediately. I say immediately, like fairly quickly in comparison to what the hell's that? In comparison to these other chunks. So marble, for example, we're not going to be using marble except for maybe some art later on. This is going to be chunks, stone chunks only. I don't want slag in there. Steel slag. The wood will go. If I put it in here, then that is close enough to the next building project down here. Everything else in here, and we're going to do it as one big stockpile, is going to just be for everything else, just on a low priority, nothing rotten. We don't want chunks, we don't want anything that can go, no, I do want that, anything that can just go outside. So jade, plasteel, silver can stay because it's valuable. Steel, uranium and wood will not go in there. Stone blocks I don't want in there either, or plant matter, and nothing that will spoil. So that's all the raw food, hay and pemmican. Then drugs, not ambrosia, should we ever get any, not herbal medicine, not warts, oh, and no corpses whatsoever. The corpses are going to go in here. No, sorry, the meat is going to eventually go in here. Corpses are going to go in here. There's a reason for that, which you will find out. Now then, this, I just want to change this now to absolutely nothing. Normal priority for this one. Nothing rotten. This is going to be the exact opposite. So it's going to be basically all of the meals except for packaged survival meals because they don't go off. All of the raw food, not including, human meat or insect meat. That will be stored elsewhere. Vegetarian is everything, animal products is everything. And then the hay and the pemmican along with manufactured herbal medicine will go in there, drugs, ambrosia will go in there, and warts, and then plant matter. Did I turn that off for there? I did. Plant matter and yes, plant matter. Sorry, just had to think for a second then. Weapons, apparel, buildings, chunks, plants and corpses. No human corpses, but yes, animal corpses. Just realised a little bit of a mistake that I made there. We are going to want mechanoid corpses in this one. Okay, that is just solely for wood, and this is not for wood. It is for silver and gold. This is not for silver and gold. Right. Okay. So that's the that's the rough outline of what I need stockpile wise. Just going to put those around there. And I think it might be time to start doing some art as well. So I'm going to put this here. Don't worry about it. Mood debuff. I have just realised something actually. What? Oh no, I mean it's okay there. We've only got 4 people, potentially 5. So Santos, once you have done that, I would assume it's time to feed her. Yes. You're already feeding. You can then clean the vomit and then chat. And we are going to need some more wood soon. But what I wanted to do with the orders was just whack everybody up to 1 except for including Santos, so that these 3 can all haul, and then the new recruit, what's his name, Bradley, will just continue to mine this. And is that? No, it's not. Okay. We will need to watch the roofing area over here as well. Sorry, I've got it paused at the moment. I just want to. It should be fine. I'm not sure how far in that goes, but I'm sure we will find out if anything falls on our head. Yeah. Get everyone just to basically haul all of this to where it needs to be. We've got a mad guinea pig, which isn't going to offer an awful lot of threat. In fact, it's dead. Santos moving that to there. Santos, you should be doing... Oh, no, that's fine. Samantha, can I just get you to butcher? Have you eaten anything? No. Have you eaten anything? You have, but you ate all of it. That was in the last episode, I believe. There we go. Bradley is just wandering around. And then we want to actually queue up some more wood to chop down. So we're going to go for this bit here now. Yeah, that should be enough. And that is for Samantha and my man Carl to crack on with once they've finished doing their hauling tasks. Confusion, Buffy, anesthetic. Oh, okay, that's fine. You can wander around in your room for a while. I'm so confused. What's transpired here? Been captured and I'm being assimilated. Slowly but surely. 8.7, it's not too bad. There it is. Oh, and we got another raid. Excellent. They will prepare for a while, but this time it's the Ferengi Alliance. Who have we got? We have a man with a weapon, a woman with a weapon rather. It doesn't matter what you are. You're going to prepare for a while, so it gives me a little bit of leeway. And I also need a hand tailor bench when we're ready. All of the food is actually in there already, so this looks like they've actually finished with their tasks, their hauling tasks, which is good because that means everything has been put where it needs to be put. Can you just merge that, speaking of which? Thank you. And Samantha, so what are you doing? You are hauling limestone blocks. No, there is no need for you to now do that. Let's crack on. With everyone doing what they should be doing. You are botching a lot of that harvest. It's because you have a passion in it, but you're not that good at it yet. So yeah, you can practice on the cloth. However, we need that cloth. We will need that cloth. Let's start in there. Assault. Which way are you going? Oh, well, you could have picked up that steel for me. You are coming this way. So let's get Santos to run around this way. Carl, can you do something else for me, please? No, this way, please. Ah! Ah! I forgot he had a gun. She. Go over here. Come round this way, please. Come on, Mrs. Ferengi. Well, Samantha's just going to sleep. Whenever you're ready or bleed out, honestly, you are moving so slow, it's ridiculous. You've got bad back. Again, more bionics. Carl's like, night, Santos. I'm just dealing with this marauder. Come this way. Bradley, come with me. Come this way. Oh, shot him to death. Not to worry. Had a bad back anyway. Now the dead man gear. What I tend to do with this is the first instance of this where we've actually killed somebody. But what happens with their clothing when they die with it on is it becomes tainted with this little T here. Again, explaining this for my friend, not for everybody. Now what I tend to do is if they just have these clothes and it's tainted, I don't bother. I literally just leave it outside to rot. If they have any sort of armour on them, I will create a separate stockpile near my machining table later. Sorry, near my what's it called? The other one, smelting table, the electric smelter. I'll leave a separate stockpile there and then smelt it down to actually get the resources back. Now I know it's only like 10 steel and 7 cloth or something that you get out of it, but that's 10 steel and 7 cloth that we didn't have. So I like I say, I'm going to be making full use of everything here. Do we have a backup doctor? We do not. It's probably going to be better if you just tend yourself. So let's deal with that now. Tending to Santos, good. Bradley here. You are not in the best of moods. Let me just double check on the steel situation. 522. So we can actually build those and get that finished off. And in that time, we should... I'm going to put it up top there. We should be able to put this corpse in here. Yeah, you can literally... did you have to? We'll never do hauling anyway, that's fine. So I'll actually get... who's the happiest? Probably Samantha. Yes, definitely Samantha. If you could prioritise doing that. And Santos is now tended to himself, does not need to rest in bed, so that is fine. I'm just going to home zone all of this so that it is correct. Oh. Home zone. And do you know what? This is eventually actually just going to be all roofed, so we're just going to do that. And Coral here, if you wouldn't mind doing that. And Samantha, if you can come out here and equip this for me. And then haul that. Lovely. Brothers, come and get that knife. Thank you. Little change up of the weapons, just sort of because Bradley here is a brawler, and Samantha is not. So it makes more sense for her to have a gun, because if they're a brawler and you give them a weapon, they get a massive debuff for it. So because she's now got a gun, I gave the better knife to Bradley. Santos is cracking on. I actually want you to do this, please, buddy. I actually wanted you to eat first, but never mind. Carl is just doing us some hand tailor bench. What do we have here? 120. I do actually want you to become the first, because Santos is here as the first builder, and I would naturally expect him to do most of the building because he has no other tasks, whereas Samantha here, she's a good grower and so is Bradley. However, Samantha's got another task, which is to cook, and that's her primary focus. Consuming simple meal, and then do that afterwards, please. Whereas Carl here, his primary job is to farm and then construct afterwards. So it just kind of works out a bit better. Now, how are we doing on power here? Because I would like to keep this frozen. 1, 2, 3, and 4 to make it 15, so that this person's body does not deteriorate in storage. I'm actually going to close this door off so they don't take shortcuts through and accidentally observe a corpse, because again that gives them a debuff. And who did it? Was it Samantha did it? As you can see here, observe corpse -4. It's only temporary, but I'd like to limit the amount of times that occurs. This little critter. Speaking of critters, nothing from the bear again, nothing from the warg this time, and you have been more than generous for me, Mr. Timberwolf. You can stay on this map because you're actually helping to feed us. And that's how it goes. Samantha, before you actually go and start doing that, I would like for you to... Why are you doing like 5 jobs at once, pal? Like, come on. Because we have no wood. I see. And these 3 are going, or these 2 rather, are going to plant that. Excuse me. What's wrong with me at the moment, but keep getting frogs in my throat. Do apologise for that. Where were you going then? Oh, probably to talk to Buffy, but she fell asleep. The sooner we get this done, the quicker we can... You should have just brought... Such a pain in the neck. Yes. You can do that. You are going up here to dig at the compacted steel, even though I've queued up this. Let's not do that because we actually need the wood. So Samantha, you can come off of that. You can go onto it. You can come across here and start chopping all of this. Carl is equally doing the same. Good. Because we desperately need wood for these steel spike traps. Steel spike traps. The wooden spike traps that you need wood for. Of course, later in the game they will be steel, as you can probably tell from that little narrative. Is that frog again? I think it's a lack of tea. I think that's what it is. Literally, I've only had about 7 cups today. That's just not good enough. What do you call that? Come on. You two, get up. You're closest. Thanks. And Carl, you can just repair that while we're at it. I don't really know why I did that. Because it's going to get to a point where he's going to... Well, no, probably not him, but where Santos is going to do that anyway. And plus, the walls are still damaged. But I guess it's just because he was there. Who knows? Knows. Little Scrubs reference there for you. Okay, we are slowly but surely getting things accomplished. Buffy is fully healed. Excellent. How far left have we got for you to be recruited? 6.4? Really? I gave you a prosthetic, well, a wooden leg. Like, you'd think you'd be a bit happier. Why are you eating so much? You seem to be eating all the time. Yes, and then after that you are going to no, I'm not. We got a quest now. Now this is the first quest that we've had. Now basically, what it entails is going off of the map and finding this skill trainer for crafting. I have no interest in it. Maybe later in the game, but my primary focus here is to get the base, like even just the temporary base, up and running, so that we're not as exposed. I like to defense is my form of attack, basically. I know it's cheesy, but that's the way that I like to play it, so that we defend our base well. Well enough that we don't need to really do a lot. Samantha's going to help with the mining, and you are now going to haul things. No, you're not. So I actually do want you to start hauling. Spike trap. Yes. You can do that and then carry on with the wall. Carl here, I'm going to have you haul all of this in at 2 speed. And once he gets inside, I'll probably ask him to just drop it. Drop. Because he's only hauling half handfuls. It's going to take him long enough anyway. I'm just going to leave this door open because he keeps coming through that way. You watch, you'll go through another door now. Just to get some of this hauled in. Because there is a lot of it, and we now have a hand tailor bench. So for those of you who are wondering, the plan here is to have 4 separate outfits whilst we're setting up this main base of operations. 1 for summer, 1 for winter, 1 for heatwave, 1 for cold snap. And you'll see as I do it, but everything's going to be made out of cloth first and foremost. And as I said, I think it was in the last episode I mentioned, the reason for that is because it's a piece of cake to get, because all you need to do is just stick it in the ground and let it grow. So yeah, that's kind of the idea here, is to just give them all cloth stuff until we're in a position to actually make better clothing. And by better clothing, I'm referring to the recon armors that I mentioned previously as well. That's almost done. That's taking you all day, geez. You need to become an adult like soon. The wood doesn't rot as quick. That can close, but it's not imperative. And you've hardly done anything either. We're getting through this. There is another part here, but I do just want to keep an eye on this roof zone here. And I'm going to get Bradley just to take all of that down. Whilst those two were preoccupied, I'm just going to utilise that. There we go. Before you start coming back here, you'll never do hauling. That constantly throws me off. And then mining should be your #1 job. Why are you cutting an oak tree? Because you were constructing. Okay. What is this? A group of travellers from Andorian Imperial Guard are passing by. One of them is the brother of Carl. Okay, well if you're just passing by, I don't really see why you need to tell me. Have your plants skills improved yet? No, they have not. You've done all of your medical for today, haven't you? No, maybe that was yesterday then. Besides, it is bedtime. Okay, we've got a supply of wood, we've got a supply of steel, a nice supply of steel. We actually need more of this, but we have 119, so... Oh, those have just gone out. And I'm not going to wait until the morning to do that. So if I get Samantha and Santos both to refuel them, because we can't have the freezers going out. There we go. I need to remember to do that. What I need is maybe 2 or 3 more people. Are you actually incapable of dumb labour? Wow, all of the people who you get incapable of dumb labour. It's like that's a requirement of the pirate factions that you can't haul. Swear to God. But anyway, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure that is not the case. Now you see what I was saying earlier about tattered apparel. It's -5. It's actually the same debuff as being naked. I am just going to test that theory. Delivering food and then strip and then chat. Got an eclipse which doesn't phase me because we're not using that. So naked, oh no it is, yeah, naked is -6 and then tattered apparel is 5. So yeah, just sort of for future reference, being naked is 6 and wearing battered clothing is, I mean it's basically clothes with holes in them, so effectively you're kind of already half naked anyway. So, but for future reference, the debuff is -5 for tattered apparel and -6 for just being naked. So there's a little difference there. Obviously it's better to have actual clothing, for which I have just realised. Just do 10 pants and 10 t-shirts for now. No, we don't really need that. There's 5 of us. Parkers are fairly useful, but we don't need them just yet. What I'm going to do, because the rest of them don't actually need clothes, I'm just going to set this a little bit different. Yeah, the rest of them are all in the 90s. It's just Bradley needs a t-shirt. So Bradley needs a t-shirt. And so does Buffy, and then Buffy needs a pair of pants. Then we're going to go ahead and make 10, 5? No, we'll do 10 because then that way we use the rest of that basically. And I will resow this before it gets too cold, so we should get 2 harvests out of that. And then this rice will just continue. But I do also need to set up who is doing that tailoring. You can just come off of mining now. Your backup job can be to tailor, and then if there is no tailoring for you to do, you can then revert back to growing. But these two should be perfectly capable of doing the growing on their own first. Carl will then revert back to construction, and Santos is going to do construction and then make blocks. I don't really want you doing that though. Yeah, just go with it for now. These bushes have come back up already. Those are some fast growing bushes. Oh, finally. And we have a dry thunderstorm. We do not like dry thunderstorms, particularly. Mainly because they cause forest fires for no good reason. And we saw what happened. We saw what happened with the last forest fire. The good news is that with the thunderstorms, by and large, straight after the thunderstorm hits, you have a downpour. Or it turns into a rainy thunderstorm, and then it's obviously raining at the same time. So it's, yeah. But I'm just going to get Santos to haul this in for me. I'm going to get Carl to do the same. I think I'm just going to consume that. I did. To change that. There we go. All of that in there. Carl is now hiding in his room because he was insulted. And there we go. Cue the rain. So that's okay. Don't need to react to any of this fire because it will naturally be put out by the rain. Lovely. Where am I looking? Any action from the grizzly bear? No. Warg? No. Timberwolf? Ye olde faithful? Now you've come close to the base. Hello. Woof at me. Deconstructing steel wool. Do I need you doing that just yet? Or can I... How many have we got? I'm about to do some maths, aren't I? Well, that's 50, so it'd be that, really, wouldn't it? But it wasn't quite that. So let's do that instead. And if you don't carry all of them, I'm probably going to pick up one of those bricks and slap you with it. That's nowhere near what I intended to do. See, maths, man. Maths. Every time. Comes to exactly 40. Okay. Right. Let's try that again. No. Whatever. Just you do you, pal. You do you. We have a bulk goods trader from the Bajorans coming along. Don't really have an awful lot to trade. Again, you'll probably buy all of the cloth that I have. But I need that. So we are just going to sleep. You might have something for me to buy off of you, though. Not ruling that out. Where's the person? Come here. Come here. There we go. We can queue that up. It's not a problem. Have we done this? No. Not as of yet. So Carl is still hiding in his room. He's going to be hungry soon, so he will come out. And the rest of them are just kind of doing what they're meant to be doing. He's no longer hiding in his room. He's got major break risk now, probably because you're hungry and tired. So let's think about it logically. These 4 package survival means they will come in handy at some point. I dare say I'm going to run out of food at one point or another. And we will be on the back foot. All of these leathers, even though it's a terrible amount, you can always put it into patch leather if needs be. So I tend to just keep it. Bison wool. 80's 160. I could maybe make 2 bison wool. What's that for insulation? Too cold. 26 degrees. No. Really no. I'll sell you all these crappy pants and clothes and the toque, and you will give me $8 for the privilege. Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually just going to leave that outside this time. Make pants. We are making our way through. Now you have the wrong clothes on. So what I want to do is my little trick. 2 separate stockpiles. Critical apparel, t-shirts, and if I just copy that, paste it in there, and just change it to pants. And then Samantha, if you could actually haul that. Why can't you haul it? It's low priority. I did put critical, didn't I? Yes. Apparel. T-shirt. Oh, I had to unpause it. Are you joking? So you can put that in there. She should just go and put them on immediately, but because she has not, I'm going to strip her. And then you can just carry on with whatever you're doing. I'm going to strip her so that she puts on the good clothes. I'm going to haul that out and haul that out so she doesn't put those back on. No, so that she doesn't put those back on. Haul cloth pants, pour 9. Yes, I want to haul those so that you put those 2 on, which are not tattered. Jesus. Haul. Yes, and yes. And then I can delete these 2 stockpiles and take the t-shirt away. Now, Buffy should not have the debuff for being in tattered apparel. Fantastical. And actually what I'm going to do straight afterwards is come down here and sell it for threepence. Which, to those of you who don't know the old English currency system, threepence is nothing. Well, it's not nothing, but it's next to nothing. So 60 cents and $1.39. You have the privilege of giving me $1.99 for that. Thank you. It's much appreciated, honestly. Now, if you could break down old clothes that weren't types of armour, then I definitely would do that with all this old clothing. But in the instance of this game, well, at the current stage of production, it is not possible to do that. I could have got him to grab an armful. And in fact, what I'm going to do is get him to haul back this. That's going to take forever, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let you do what you want to do. Carl, are you slept yet? Yes, you have, and you need to eat. You've hit starvation. Bradley is working away tirelessly here. I could do with you planting the rest of that, but we've got rice to harvest. Now with Santos, yeah, that's fine. What was Samantha's default? I forget. She's tailoring at the moment. That's right. So she's actually making parkas, and she's going to make 10 of them. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this up. Now I've got, I want to make 10 more of each of those. Just because what that will do is give us 5 to wear, and then a spare, each. And naturally we're going to run out of cloth. We don't have enough cloth to actually do that. But once she's used it all, she'll stop producing clothes, basically, until we have a further surplus of cloth with which to do it, and she'll then just revert back to hauling and the like. I'm really messing this up. You could have grabbed all of that. Anyway, I only want you to do that bit, and then I'm going to start deconstructing all of this. Maybe just haul all of this in for now. The giant trade is leaving. What is dying? a squirrel. Pretty sure that warg's going to eat all of it. It did. And you are deconstructing. Lovely. Okay. Cloth Parker. Aha! There it is. First cloth Parker. What? Normal quality? Ah, it's fine. It's fine. It's a learning curve. Anyone else got one? No. Bradley has put his t-shirt on though, which is good. And Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, remains in here with a resistance of 1.5. Resistance is futile. If you finish this, then what have we got here? 105. I'm going to get you just to start hauling this back straight away, and then by the time you get back, should be bedtime. And speaking of bedtime, I have come up on my hour, so thank you all very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, blah blah blah. I'm not going to say that for every episode, I'm just sort of getting used to this. This has been episode 3. I've been Optar International, and thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you back here for episode 4 in the near future. Thanks for watching. Take care.